Diddy. Yeah, I knew him for a long time. When I first became champ, I knew him. I remember him. He used to have crates when he used to have my after parties and stuff. Also when they were throwing parties. You know, it's very competitive, very dog-eat-dog. People who are your friends at one time, next thing you know, they turned on you.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
27 years after Tupac Shakur's death, the police finally arrested and charged a man they believe orchestrated the killing. Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefy D, was arrested on Friday, September 29th, and a grand jury indicted him on charges of murder. However, since Keefy previously claimed that Diddy put a $1 million bounty on Tupac's head, fans are now wondering if Diddy could also go down for Pac's murder. Meanwhile, reports emerged that Tupac's friend Mike Tyson allegedly suspected that Diddy was involved in the plot to eliminate Pac, and a recent surprising revelation from Mike has brought new attention to the matter. So what exactly did Mike say about Diddy's alleged involvement in Tupac's murder? Could Keefy D's arrest really be the beginning of Diddy's downfall? Let's get into it.
27 years after rapper 2Pac Shakur was shot to death in a car in Las Vegas, a man who confessed to his involvement in the crime is behind bars.
Who shot Tupac?
To keep for the cold of the streets. It just came in the backseat for him.
A shocking development just occurred in the ongoing mystery surrounding the 1996 murder of the rap legend Tupac Shakur. Dwayne Keefy D. Davis, the man who prosecutors claim played a role in planning the killing, has been arrested and formally accused of murder in Las Vegas. 60-year-old Keefy, who's been under investigators' scrutiny for some time as one of the initial 4 suspects, was taken into custody early on a Friday while he was out for a walk near his residence on the outskirts of Las Vegas. This arrest happened shortly before prosecutors made an announcement in court, disclosing that a Nevada grand jury had issued an indictment against Keefy for 1 count of murder involving a deadly weapon, and his court appearance is scheduled for the upcoming week. In addition, the grand jury also attached a sentencing enhancement linked to gang activity to the murder charge. So if Keefy is found guilty, this enhancement could potentially add another 20 years to his sentence. It's important to note that Keefy isn't accused of being the individual who fired the fatal shots at Tupac. However, Nevada's legal system permits individuals to face charges for their involvement in the crime, including murder, even if they didn't carry out the act themselves. Las Vegas Police Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson said that Keefy was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out. During the search carried out at Keefy's residence, law enforcement seized several electronic devices, including hard drives, tablets, and laptops. They also confiscated documents related to TV programs, documentaries, YouTube episodes, book manuscripts, and movies that focused on the murder of Tupac. Among the confiscated items were a copy of Vibe magazine featuring Tupac and a book titled Compton Street Legend, which Keefy had co-written. The police's interest in Keefy reportedly originated from his involvement in the Netflix documentary series Unsolved, and the subsequent publication of his book, Compton Street Legend, a year later. Over the past few years, Keefy appeared on multiple podcasts and openly talked about his role in Tupac's killing, confirming that he had been the passenger in the white Cadillac on the night of the incident, and that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, fired the shots.
When I first shot it, hit big boy in the head. I thought he was dead. Like, damn, he's dead. And they didn't even give chase, make it so bad. Some brawls gave a chase. They got their little windshield shot out.
However, there's something else Keefy claimed in his interviews that could potentially lead to police investigating Diddy for his alleged connection to Tupac's murder. And now that Mike Tyson has seemingly confirmed this connection, the internet is going wild with speculations that we could be witnessing Diddy's downfall too. Now, to give you some context, Tupac and Mike had developed a close friendship, and in a candid interview with DJ Vlad, Mike revealed that he urged Tupac to attend his match against Bruce Seldon in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996. Tragically, Tupac was shot that night, and Mike said he still carries the weight of regret, wishing he could have arrived earlier to possibly prevent Tupac's death.
I feel a little guilty about him coming to fight me, pressuring him for, hey, yo, bring the tape, don't forget the tape, you know? And I was going to go out with him that night. I promised to go to 662 with him that night, but I just had a little baby, and her mother was provoking me to stay home, so I stayed with the baby, and someone called me that night and told me that happened.
Mike also previously issued a public warning to 2Pac's killers and expressed his desire to confront them. And considering Mike's alleged animosity towards Diddy, many believe that Mike knows that Diddy was indeed involved in the plot to kill 2Pac. It's also important to point out that LAPD detective Greg Kading, during his investigation into the murders of 2Pac and Biggie Smalls, uncovered information linking both cases, and Kading claimed the police had evidence Diddy ordered both hits, which Keefe later confirmed.
I seen the bullet going Suge head. I thought he was dead.
So 2Pac's trying to jump in the back seat. And what Suge doing? Just ducking?
Ducking. He couldn't really duck because he was too big, you know? Yeah.
Keefe D has now identified his own nephew as the murderer of 2Pac Shakur.
Bolstering Keefe D's claim was an informant in 1997 who told investigators that Puffy had hired the Southside Crips to kill both Suge and 2Pac, and that the Crip who was jumped at the MGM was in the group that had done the hit, and that they originally were going to do it at Suge's Vegas nightclub, but then decided to do it right away instead of waiting. This was exactly the same story that Keefe D told us a decade later.
Now, Diddy has consistently denied any involvement in 2Pac's murder, calling such claims nonsense and refusing even to comment on it.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to even go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you, listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
However, the recent developments in the case have brought renewed attention to these allegations. Now, it's not clear why it took police so long to arrest Keefe, especially considering his open confession and willingness to discuss his involvement in public. However, fans are speculating that authorities may have been waiting for Keefe to potentially provide information about the alleged mastermind behind 2Pac's murder. For a long time, the prevailing theory was that 2Pac's killing was a result of his altercation with the Southside Crip gang member and Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, following the Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas, and many believed that the stories involving Diddy's $1 million offer were exaggerated. Some believe that Diddy's announcement of a $1 million bounty on 2Pac was just an attempt to provoke tension, and that he wasn't actually ordering a hit. Both Orlando and Keefe had connections to Diddy and Biggie and worked as security for them, and Diddy reportedly trusted Keefe D because he believed he was one of the few Compton individuals that Suge Knight wouldn't mess with. The altercation between 2Pac and Orlando allegedly started because Orlando had stolen a death row chain from Trayvon Lane, a death row affiliate and alleged gang member, and Diddy was reportedly planning to use the chain to taunt Suge Knight in a music video. So 2Pac's murder could have just been a tragic outcome of a heated situation where they all knew each other. 2Pac assaulted one of Diddy's associates, and it escalated into a shooting. However, some fans remain convinced that 2Pac's murder wasn't random and that Diddy's offer of $1 million to Keefe for taking out Suge and 2Pac was a serious proposition. When Keefe D discussed these matters in interviews, he usually downplayed Diddy's involvement, making it seem like Diddy was just talking without any serious intent. But now that Keefe has been arrested and charged, there's speculation that authorities may have uncovered evidence connecting Diddy's $1 million offer to 2Pac's murder. Keefe previously claimed he never received the $1 million because he couldn't speak to Diddy after 2Pac's murder, leaving it as a he said, she said situation with no concrete proof. However, it's now being alleged that there's evidence suggesting Diddy gave the money to an intermediary named Eric Von Zip. Keefe previously mentioned that Von Zip used the bounty money to open a nightclub instead of passing it to the Crips. However, until now, the authorities didn't have any solid evidence linking Diddy's offer to 2Pac's murder. But Keefe's recent arrest raises questions about whether authorities have discovered new information that could potentially implicate Diddy in the case. And according to a new report by Media Takeout, Keefe D may be planning to snitch on Diddy. As for Mike Tyson's reaction to Keefe's arrest, rumors are going around that he believes the police are using Keefe as leverage to get to Diddy. And while many fans are now saying they hope Diddy will have to answer for his alleged involvement in 2Pac's death, others are saying Diddy's too big to fall now. One Twitter user wrote, "If they charged Diddy in 2Pac's murder, that would be the greatest day on this app. My phone actually might catch fire." However, another person wrote, "If y'all believe Diddy somewhere losing sleep because Keefe D was arrested in regard to 2Pac murder, you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. LOL. Unfortunately, Pac got involved in LA gang politics. You don't stomp out a known shooter. This isn't physics." But let's hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Keefe D's arrest could actually lead to Diddy's downfall? Let us know in the comments. And don't miss out on this next story.